Hello, if you are new here, my name is Madison and this is Mad's Makeup. If you are not new, then welcome back. Thank you for watching. In today's video, I do a look inspired by the Pantone 2021 colors of the year, which are gray and yellow. My look was inspired today by Dear Domica over on Instagram. This is her handle right here. You should go check her out. She's an amazing artist. So if you want to see how to get this Pantone 2021 look, then just keep watching the video. I'll be starting off by priming, and I'm going to be using the Pixi plus Vitamin C Priming Oil. So with this priming oil, you need to shake it up. It is a dropper, so it can be a little bit more difficult to control. Just do a little drop there. And that's pretty much enough to cover. This priming oil smells really nice. It just gives a really good tacky base for your foundation to stick to, so I would definitely recommend trying this out if you want something to get your foundation to stick really well to your skin, but is also kind of hydrating. So I'm just gonna let that dry down for about a minute or so, and then I'll get into spot correcting and foundation. Okay, so that has had the chance to dry down. So for spot correcting, I'm gonna be using the LA Girl Pro Conceals, and I've been using these for a while. I use the peach and the green one. The green one I use for spots that are more red, so like I have some acne spots right now that I want to cover up, and so I just place that all around those redder areas, and that's supposed to neutralize the redness. And then for the peach, I do that on my under eyes because I have really dark under eyes, and that's supposed to neutralize those blue tones that you tend to get in the under eye area. And then I just go and blend that color correcting in with my fingers, and make sure if you're going to be using your fingers to apply any makeup that they are cleaned and washed before, or you could be transferring more bacteria on your skin. Okay, so my color corrector has been applied. I'm going to get into foundation, and today I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape foundation. So I'm going to just go in and apply a couple spots in there, and then I just blend. And I'm just using a Real Techniques beauty blender that has been dampened, and just using that to pounce in the color. So my foundation is on. Now I'm going to go into contouring, and I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour stick in shade Mink, and I'll be using this to contour down the sides of my nose, do a little bit under the lip. Doing this under the lip kind of adds a shadow to make your lips look a little bit fuller when you go to fill in with your lipstick. And I go down the sides of my cheeks, on my forehead, and then I'm just gonna go back into the beauty blender and blend that all out. Once the contour is the way you like it, go into concealer, and I'm gonna be using the NARS Radiant Concealer. I feel like this foundation doesn't give the best coverage. There's some of my spots kind of shining through in the chin area, and then obviously my under eyes are still pretty dark. I'm gonna use this to both spot conceal and do my under eyes. I like to do a strip down my nose to contour, and then I'm just gonna be doing dots wherever I have those spots on my face, and immediately go in with that powder and set those under eyes. So just going all over, making sure I coverage everywhere. Next, we're moving on to bronzer. I'm gonna be using the Benefit Hoola bronzer in the regular bronzer shade. I take the little brush that it comes with, dip it in, tap it off, and then I do a little bit on the sides of my nose to kind of do an intensity on that contour. And right now the line's gonna look a little bit harsh, but we're gonna blend that out in a minute. Then going in with a larger, fluffier brush that's more along the flat side, gonna be dipping that into the bronzer, tapping it off, and then just bronzing those cheeks. And the reason that I do my bronzer after I have already set my face with powder is because sometimes if you go in with a bronzer while your face is already sticky and tacky, the bronzer might apply in a more of a patchy form rather than going on smooth and blending out the way that it is right now. And then now we're gonna be using this squeeze to blend the nose out. Today I'm using the Rare Beauty Liquid Blush, and this one is in shade Joy, and you barely need anything. It goes really a long way, and just blend this out with your finger. So you can see, look at how much color distributes with just that tiny little dot. And I'm gonna be blending this out so it doesn't look as intense as it does right here, because I'm sure on camera it's looking pretty vibrant. And just take the beauty blender to kind of dab that into the skin. I'll be going into highlighter, and I'm gonna be using the OFRA Cosmetics Glazed Donut Highlighter. And using my usual technique, I'm going to be dipping the beauty blender into the highlighter and applying it on the cheeks with that. If this is your first time watching my videos, I got this technique from Jaclyn Hill. It's just a good way to give your highlighter a nice glowy, dewy application versus sometimes when you apply with a brush, it might look a little bit more powdery. And then I like to do a little bit on my Cupid's bow with my finger. For the eyes, we're going to start out by priming, and I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eye Primer. To start out, we are going to be going into the Nubian 3 Juvias Place Coral Palette. I'll be using this gray color right here, and I want this to be a really blown out, drawn out eye look. So I'm just going to be bringing this out from the corner of my lid. So I have that gray placed where I want, so now I'm going to be going in with a flat brush back to that Juvias Place palette into this gray shade right here, using that to set the outer portion of my lid to be ready for a nice blend. I'm going to be mixing that gray we used earlier with this one and using that to blend out this shadow so there's no harsh lines. I zoomed you guys in a little bit so you can see the details a tiny bit better. So as you can see right now, comparing to the two, this one has like a really harsh line right here, where now this one is nice and smoked out. So I'm gonna go do that to this eye and then be right back. So now I'm gonna bring that gray down to my lower lash line area into this outer V. And now using a smaller blending brush to blend out that lower lash line. Now we're going to go into the second Pantone color of the year, which is yellow. Using the Juvias Place Zulu palette, I'm using this yellow right here, packing that onto my inner corner of my eyelid. So as you can see right there, they blend nicely into each other. So I'm gonna go do that on this eye and then I will be right back. Now we're gonna be going into some glitter, and I'm using the Dear Katie Brown As Bright As Your Future palette. I had a pop of glitter and we're using this yellow color right here. I'm just gonna be popping a little bit of that on the inner corner just to give a little brightness. For my waterline, I'm going to be using the Colourpop Cream Liner in shade Crisp, giving that pop of yellow to the under waterline. I'm going to go finish my brows, my liner, and lashes off camera, and then I will be right back to finish up the lips with you all to tie this whole look together. So off camera, I finished my brows up. I used Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Pencil and Gel, and then on my eyes, I used Little Black Dress from Kiss, Bad Gal Bang Mascara from Benefit for my mascara. To finish this look off, I'm going to be doing my lips, and I'm kind of unsure what I really want to do with it. I think I'm going to keep it nude because this is more of a full tone look, and so I'm going to go in with Loreal Matte Pencil and Matte-Stermind and line my lips. I'm going to be using a Tarte H2O gloss, and I honestly don't know what the shade is. It's not on the back, but it's a nude-ish looking shade. And just placing this. And that is going to be the completed lip. That is going to be the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It would mean so much to me. And I hope you all have a safe and wonderful new year, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!